you're losing the happiness you wanted for your child. And that happens every day. You see your child who is having to undergo the struggles. So there's a lot of everything changes. You lose yourself.
Right.
So you have to let go of who you wanted to be. There are people who've had to stop going to school, for example, in order, you were going to school or you had some aspirations or ambitions. Sometimes you have put them on hold forever and change your life's path. That's a loss. You lose friends. You lose relatives. You lose marriages. In fact, sometimes having a child with disabilities is one of the causes for people to separate, because they may not be able to undergo the strain. Because when you are getting into marriage, if you're not careful and do not get some help, and you realize that it's not the rosy picture, some people take a run, and one other person is left not only with a child who has disabilities, but they're also left with the broken shreds of marriage. And then now getting back becomes a problem, because when you have a child again with a disability or with a need, it's more difficult to make relationships and to get acceptance. So it's a whole bunch of things that happen mentally, and that can also have a physical toll on you. So.
Wow, thank you so much for this. This was quite powerful, and I'm so sure so many people have actually learned a lot from this. There's a lot of issues that usually the caregiver usually go through, and it can actually affect them mentally. We need to take care of them. Now, just before we leave and end our show, what would you want to tell the caregivers, especially about their mental well-being? How should they take care of themselves, such that they're not left stranded and not knowing exactly what to do? How can they take care of themselves?
Of course, self-care is a whole big topic. However, one first thing is we do need to realize that there's no way you can help other people if you can't help yourself.
Right.
All right. The analogy that is most commonly used: if the plane is going down, you need to put on your oxygen mask before you can get, the other people to safety. So even in a situation like that, hard as it might seem, every person needs to know that if you are healthy mentally and physically, then you're better able to help your child become a strong individual who's able to cope. And so simple things like making sure that you're eating healthy. Make sure you eat healthy. Mothers tend to forget themselves. Fathers tend to forget themselves in the rush of taking their children. You need to make sure you're eating well, you're sleeping well. You need to make sure that you also have time for yourself, because sometimes caregiving can take over your life. So you do need to have time for self-care, right? But for you to do that also, you need to have a good financial plan.
Right.
Having an insurance to help you with medical bills, having a source of income that can help you carry those other burdens that come along with taking care of a child with needs, and also getting social support. Make sure that you are surrounded with people who can help make the burden lighter on you. And if you feel overwhelmed, talk to someone. And talking to someone could be talking to somebody who is close to you and who you trust, and who doesn't judge you, non-judgmental. But if you can't get that, you can also talk to a therapist. All right, talk to somebody who's already experienced and whose job really is to help people with your kind of help. That will be very helpful. They can be able to listen to you and give you the tools that you need in order to cope with having a child with a disability, and also how to take care of yourself so that you don't end up having two sick people instead of one person. If you can take, if I can call, my choice of word there is questionable. If you have somebody who has a challenge, don't end up also being a burden to yourself.
She said it. If you're going through something, talk to someone. Have a network of friends, even if it's some relatives who actually believe in your journey. Talk to someone. Don't suffer alone. Thank you so much. I know you got so many questions for Beatrice. If you got any questions, then shoot. Just write us and we shall get back to you. Thank you so much, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.